Welcome back, America. We're here with Professor John Yoo, who's probably, from my perspective, the expert on the War Powers Act. He's been writing about it for 30 years. You can go to all these journals and law reviews, and he's been duking it out with other professors. You know, John Yoo, it's amazing. I watch Bernie Sanders. He immediately gets up and says, what Donald Trump did is unconstitutional. You got AOC, who, of course, we always turn to when we want some constitutional expertise. She said the president needs to be impeached. Now, these are two radical Marxists who really are not inclined to like the Constitution nor like our military. What do you say to them about impeach the president over the War Powers Act? Is the War Powers Act constitutional? Let's start right there.
I agree with you, Mark. I don't think it is. The Constitution sets out the war powers. Congress can't use a law to rewrite the Constitution. And the Constitution says the president is the chief executive of the United States, and he is the commander-in-chief. The founders understood those phrases to mean that the president has the primary responsibility to protect our national security. Alexander Hamilton in the Federalist Papers said, energy in the executive is a definition of good government, because he was explaining why are these clauses in the Constitution. And he said it's necessary to protect the communities, our community, from attack. That doesn't mean Congress has no power. Congress has the power to provide funds or to cut them off. That's how Congress ended the Vietnam War. That's how Congress ended the Mexican-American War of 1848. But what Congress can't do is take these theories promoted by people who felt burned by Vietnam or burned by the Iraq War, take these academic theories and use them to try to rewrite the constitutional order. You can only amend the Constitution if you want to do that.
You know, I actually read this law. It's actually ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It gives power to Congress to interfere in war, to remove troops. It gives power to Congress to basically require the commander-in-chief to consult with them and to work with them throughout the whole process. You and I have some familiarity with Madison's notes, the debates during the Constitutional Convention. Didn't the delegates specifically reject this, which is why they have the president as the commander-in-chief?
The biggest mistake, as you say, the War Powers Resolution, is that it orders the president to pull out troops and end fighting after an arbitrary 30 days or maybe 60 days. And that means that Congress is actually interfering in the way the military is conducting combat operations, which is the president's power as commander-in-chief. And as you say, Mark, when the Constitution was first introduced in the Philadelphia Convention, the Constitution originally had said Congress has the power to make war. And that was changed to declare war because people thought that gave Congress too much authority. And I'd even point you to something else Madison said. In the Virginia Ratifying Convention, which was the key convention to approve the Constitution, Patrick Henry actually got up and said, he might have been the Bernie Sanders or AOC of his day, and he said, I'm worried about the president going off on military ventures. How are you going to stop him? James Madison doesn't get up and say, the declare war clause will stop the president. Instead, he says, Congress will have to cut off funds because the power of the purse is the ultimate check of the people on the executive branch.
When we come back, John Yoo, declaration of war, does that change everything, that phrase? And why don't they use the power of the purse rather than wave around what is, in my view, an illegitimate, unconstitutional document that would get Americans killed?